It's not going to be easy. So they have to really be on point. And Iasuni taking down XY and Nice already puts themselves into a prime position, unless we're going to see kind of a major upset coming in from Beyond, kind of losing to Nice or XY or Iasuni, I suppose. So mostly Nice or XY is going to have to be the upset to kind of knock Iasuni out right now. So it's pretty crazy, pretty interesting. I mean, maybe there's yeah, I imagine that's kind of how this is going to go. So anyways, let's see what happens. We have to the top left side. Our red Terran player from Invictus Gaming is XY. And he is obviously just come out of this loss against the Iasuni in the TVZ. It was kind of brutal in game number 2. I mean, he wasn't even in a bad position. Just all of a sudden, one run by has just completely pulled him apart. His own mistakes, and just something he really needs to sharpen up on in the future. As we're going to be seeing to the bottom left, right-hand side, our blue Protoss player. It's going to be Nice. Taiwanese player who takes a lot of his strategies from Haas, we would say, after seeing him play so aggressively so often. That being said, actually, Nice has been playing much more passively lately, much more macro-orientated lately, so that's kind of cool to see. I was going to see this Rax about to finish up here from XY, so Rax about to finish up, and this probe is just nibbling away at the SCV, so SCV just taking a little bit of damage. I'm just going to be seeing the probe from Nice, just going to be moving out in towards, well, just this upper left-hand side for now. We're going to be seeing this CV go up down the command center. There's been a gas first space opening here, and we are going to see, well, was it gas first? No, it wasn't gas first, but it was no Reapers, so we're going to see the factory coming down pretty quick. So fast factory coming in after this kind of opening. And this is going to open him up into a lot of options which revolve around sort of Widowmine base drops and that sort of thing in the very early stages here. So you can see Nice just pulling away down to the bottom right hand side with that probe. You'll see the Siren X core about to finish up, and the Stalker will start up as well from Nice. Stalker will start up, and again just see Nice continue to move down to this lower right side. This Marine of XY just going to be moving around a little bit and seeing what's happening. And yeah, I mean, again, a couple of assimilators are mining away here. And this probe out of Nice is moving forwards too, and just seeing what he can get up to. So probe Nice is moving forwards. It's going to sit down on the natural expansion there, and again, Robo Facility is building about 25% of the way done. A couple more probes on the way out. You'll see the Stalker starting to work his way through those rocks. So rocks starting to take just a little bit of damage. The probe of Nice going to be dropping down to the low ground as well. And a really passive game so far. There's the Widowmine on the way up, so it is going to be some sort of kind of Widowmine based aggression here. Now he might go for the Marine drop into a Widowmine drop. He might go for the Widowmine and the Marines at the same time. Lots of different possibilities. This factory going to build more than one Widowmine, so it does look very likely that it's going to be like probably 2 medevacs here. The first medevac with Marines inside, and the second medevac with like 3 Widowmines looking to drop and get damage done. We're going to see a depot comes down to the right hand side from XY as well at the moment. And these 3 Marines are going to be from XY just sort of moving forwards as well to look to see what they can get up to. Pylon comes down in the middle line from Nice, and just a couple Stalkers up for him going into the Mothership core as well. 2 extra gates after the Robo Facility. No sign of an early Twilight cancel. That's a little bit of an interesting choice to not go for the Twilight at all here. It's one I look at, and yeah, it's intriguing to me as we're going to see 2 Widowmines coming out of this medevac and heading down the left-hand side. A few Marines join up together, so actually it is just going to be sort of the push across the map with Marines walking over here, while the Widowmines will drop in very, very soon. So Widowmine is going to drop in, the Marines continue to come across as well. We're just going to be seeing these few Stalkers are just going to be sat to the side of the main base. So a few Stalkers are sat to the side, and well, it's going to start coming in, and Widowmines will begin to drop out here. 1 Widowmine and 2. I'm just going to be looking to try and connect on a few of these probes, and actually no response at all from Nice. Maybe too busy looking at these Marines in the center, but 8 workers killed. Maybe he never actually saw these Widowmines coming in. I don't know how, because it looked as though he was dancing around. I guess it was the medevac dancing around the Stalkers, actually. So I guess it sort of makes some sense, but still not really. He's actually going to go straight across the map with the counterattack. Well, there's a bunker on the way up. There's a tank here ready. Widowmines are going to be, well, spotted by an observer. Mothership core will have to come in to clean those up. We'll have to have a second overcharge. Oh no, actually that one reaches. I don't know how. Anyways, we're going to see these Stalkers in the center of the map actually getting hit already by the tank behind the mineral line. There's the Marines jumping into the bunker. Bunker should get repaired up here nice and quickly. So needs to try and start repairing that bunker. And Adept gets warped in beneath the War Prism. I'm just going to be seeing a few Stalkers lifting up. Interesting that Knight's not going to commit too much to this, but I guess it's because there's a tank already up here, which really slows him down. We see this Viking Marine tank in the main base. This Warp Prism going to do absolutely nothing. In fact, just taking some damage already to the Viking, and will be pushed away. The Stalker's inside, so you should just be able to unload to kill the Viking off. Nice. That wasn't nice at all. I mean, surely he wasn't even distracted by the Liberator there. I mean, the Liberator is somewhat annoying, but you can't... I mean, that's just inexcusable. Losing a Warp Prism with 4 Stalkers into a Viking, which... Yeah, I mean, maybe you lose the Warp Prism, but you should at least get the Stalkers out. It took so many hits for the Viking to kill. It's not like it was like 5 Vikings which one-shot it. It took like 6, 7, 8 connections. That was a little bit ugly by Nice. And Nice making a lot of mistakes so far here in this PvT. I'm going to be seeing the few units gathering up in the center of the map from him still. And I mean, he's just continuing to take damage. XY doing some good damage with that Liberator as well. Nice is really just sort of struggling. He's really just in a painful little position already. I was going to see this Viking just continue to patrol up to the top side. I'm seeing this command center going to be finishing up shortly. So the command center going to finish up shortly in the main base. Going to see a few more racks continue to come in. And that's going to just put him up to 5 racks in total for his 3 bases. Very standard stuff. A new Warp Prism. Hopefully doesn't lose this one as he did the last. Hopefully he has a little bit more control over this here as this Warp Prism comes in. And, well, a few Stalkers and the Adept will begin to unload. He's actually going to kill the SDV build on the 3rd CC immediately, so that's something at least. And as going to see the Viking comes in and we'll start work as well on the Warp Prism again. Hopefully this time should not really go down. So, he's going to see more units actually unloading here. Nice, just sat just over towards this 3rd base. So the Viking going in towards the top side, and these couple of tank effects from XY just going to move a bit further forwards into a bit more of a defensive position. 3rd Nexus on the way from Nice, but everything's just slow for him. It's just late compared to where it should be. 3rd Nexus should not be coming in as the 3rd CC of the Terran players are already finishing up. He shouldn't be 15 workers behind. It should be the Terran players behind workers with the mules to make up for that. As I'm going to see a few more Adepts warping in, and it's going to be a good group of Adepts, a few Stalkers, all joining up together right now for Nice. Going to get ready to go in towards the natural expansion / the 3rd base in the very near future. Some more Adepts going to come up the left-hand side, and I feel as though he's actually going to get very aggressive with this. I mean, he has no upgrades coming in behind the Resonating Glaives and the Twilight Council's blink. So I feel as though he's just probably going to go straight for this. You know, he doesn't have a forge or anything to work with, really. So I feel as though he's just going to go for one big Adept attack in, and well, combat shields and +1's a bad finish from our Terran player, which is why he's probably not too bothered about kind of delaying here for a moment or two. Although here we go, Nice is actually doing some good damage because those tanks got taken down pretty quickly. Widowmine's going to burrow, but not really in the best of positions. Actually, one of the Widowmines going off on one of the Stalkers there. As we see the stim though, and the +1 eventually is going to pull through. It was a little bit messy there for a few moments, looked a little bit scary for our Terran player, but in the end, he's more or less going to have enough. He was just kind of out of position, I suppose. Those tanks going down when the Bio was trying to relocate to the high ground. The medevacs were full, so they couldn't just reposition the tanks. And we're going to be seeing XY unloading. He's lost a fair few workers, 9 in total, but he still maintains the worker lead, and as he moves forwards, he'll just stim and try and take on those Adepts. Well, the Adepts going to back away, but that'll be about it. Yeah, 10 workers lost here, and just a few units from Nice is going to be gathering together over to the right-hand side. Some more Adepts coming up this right-hand side as well. +2 attack, +1 armor. Continue to roll on in from XY, and it's going to be seeing these bio units still gathering together. Going to go through the center of the map as sentries are going to load up into the Warp Prism. And there's a lot of units that are moving over to the right-hand side right now. There's the Stalker going to go down, so Widowmine is going to be taking that down. As you see, a little bit of kiting going to be happening here. Bit of an awkward one because XY is sort of in the middle of the map already. And as this time the Adepts are going to get in towards the natural expansion, but they're very committed there. So that's worth keeping a note of, as XY is going to lose a few more workers. They are very committed here, so a lot of them should go down as he comes in from a couple of different angles. You know, you can see that a lot of these are going to go down. 3 of them escape. There's actually more units being walked in towards the 3rd base. Considering Nice is so far behind, and still is, he's doing a very good job of pulling the Terran player apart. And as we're going to be seeing these few units just gathering, and just going to be seeing in a couple of more units going to take some more damage. We'll see these bio units continue to push forwards, and a couple more Adepts going to take just a little bit more damage as they get pushed away down the right-hand side. A few Adepts over here going to be moving around. I'm just going to be seeing the Warp Prism as well through the top side, looking to see what's up and looking to see what's going on. Fed Nexus is still just mining away here. I'm going to see a few more Adepts just warping in right now. So a few more Adepts warp in. We're going to see the Dark Shrine will finish, and 2 Liberators on the way up. The Marauder, the 2 Marines, a couple of Ghosts. +2, +1 upgrades coming in here as well. These bio units going to continue to move forwards, and again, just looking to see what's maybe going on. You can see the depth sentries just sitting over to the side, and again, just sort of seeing where they might want to go next. Still can't believe that Nice is still in control of the game, despite being so far behind, despite being in a position where they should never really be able to do anything. Ghosts on the way up will really put an end to this army, though. I mean, the EMPs just shut down so much of what this army is about. The sentries, if they have no energy, can't force field. If the adepts have no shields, well, they're not very good at tanking. Let's see the adepts threatening to commit forwards. It's still just such a big lead for XY. He's just so afraid of attacking in, of really committing to an engagement, because as soon as he tries to move across the map, his opponent counterattacks. I don't know why he doesn't just push down the right hand side where he knows the army is, though. If he did that, we'll put him into a pretty decent position, as we're going to be seeing Widow Mines. Not going to go off just yet, but this is the commitment forwards from Nice. 9 attacks out GG. Very weird. So all of a sudden, that's choose our players the top left hand side. Our player who's taking the lead in the series is going to be the Red Terror, and it is going to be Invictus Gaming's XY. And down to the bottom right, it's going to be our purple Protoss player. Let's see if you're cheering on Nice. Alright, so in number 2, it's a really interesting one. XY Nice, showing us in game 1, very interesting game. I love the fact that Nice was able to be so aggressive and was able to kind of stay in this for so long while being so far behind. He really made some very good moves there, and I feel as if he doesn't fall super far behind this time around in the early stages, then actually he's probably got a lot of potential to win game number 2 here, because if it wasn't for him losing so much to kind of the initial kind of drop base play, he would have had a much better time. It would have been a lot better for him. So let's see how this is going to go. As you do see, this probe is just moving in towards the upper right side. Just scouting here early is cross spawns again here on Frost for the second time today. So if the cross spawns, well, in TVP it's not got as much of an effect. It still is quite nice to make sure you can take your forward base without too much of an issue. But past that, you know, cross and horizontal are very similar, cross and vertical are very similar. I mean, obviously there's more pushing power, but both players, both races can benefit from having the potential to kind of push forwards here on Frost. You know, both Protoss and Terran can make pushes which benefit from not having to walk so far across the map, you know. So we'll see how this is going to turn out. So we just set on up here and wait to see what's going to be happening. So you see the Reaper Expand factory coming down early. So guys, first Reaper Expand from our Terran player, just in the super early stages to set this up and see how it's going to go. What's up, Terran OP since Wall? How you doing? Good to see you too, mate. Hope you're enjoying the stream. What's going on? How's life? What is up, everyone in the chat? I know a lot of people will be multi-streaming right now and watching multiple streams. Because it is pretty hectic kind of day in terms of the world of StarCraft. We've got Kung Fu Cup, we've got the Leifeng Cup, there's a Limo League on. The best of 31 between Marine and Blythe starts in just under 2 hours time. That's going to be pretty fun to cast as well. So looking forward to all of that. And yeah, I mean, best of 31, just to kind of reiterate, we're going to have like 31 maps to be played. All of them are going to be played. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. I'm actually really looking forward to it. It was pretty crazy actually. Yesterday we had a very lengthy, because I didn't have much to do last night, so I did like 5 or 6 hours of like admin work and catching up on YouTube and stuff. It was really great to just get so much done. It's crazy. Starting to get that team league sorted out and stuff as well. Pretty nice. As you just set up here, we're going to see this Adept just going to shade up in towards the high ground. Going to be seeing this Adept just shading on through. Going to go up in towards the main base. I'm just going to see the Widowmine moving forwards. It's going to burrow on the Adept. It's not going to go down just yet, so Widowmine's staying alive. Just about, though. I mean, really, that's quite close. Now, this map is very different to Frozen Temple. You cannot just walk from the top left side down to the bottom right like you did on Frozen Temple. It's too long, so we're not really going to be seeing a big walk across here. I think this should be the 2 medevac play this time around. Pretty much what we were saying last time with the... Oh, wow, that was a really nice little shade there. Yeah, pretty much what we were saying last time with the kind of Widow Mines going in a second medevac, the first medevac being for the Marines. But nope, just going to be a Widow Mine Marine drop. I'm going to leave a Widow Mine at home while going into Liberator and the Siege Tank or Cyclone off of the factory as well. So ignore me, I'm just being incorrect. But to be fair, I mean, it's this sort of situation where, you know, that's the common thing to do now. This is a very old school sort of style to actually build 2 Widow Mines and then not make 2 medevacs. So it's a little bit interesting. You're going to see this Widow Mine coming down towards the bottom right side, having a look to see what's up. Having a look to see what's going to be going up. Some Sturm Carton and Chip Sandwich in the chat as well. Hope you guys going well. Doing good. Sorry, I can't speak anymore today. I'm just going to see this medevac coming in towards the main base very shortly. Wouldn't mind going to burrow in the third. So wouldn't mind going to burrow over here. I think those depths did just see that, so he knows that's there. Main drop in towards the main base, but triangle setup of pylons. And that's just going to allow a very nice little defense here for Nice, because he just has those triple pylons just covering pretty much his entire mineral line. We've seen this Widow Mine is going to go off and goes into the assimilator, but it does actually only end up killing 1 worker still. So that's kind of okay. There's not really too much gained here. Going to start unloading towards the main. And a few Marines going to be having a look to see what exactly they can get up to. Scan comes down as he actually blows up the Observer. Well, that's pretty neat. So killing off the Observer is really nice. Slows down this sort of defense, forces another Observer to come out. As this medevac and Marine still just looking around, seeing what's up. Blink is about to finish up here. XY still keeping an aggressive position. He sets up this Liberator now as well. There's not a pylon behind the mineral line, which means that he isn't going to be able to reach that Liberator immediately at all. You just see a couple of probes just starting to go down here. A couple more Stalkers getting built up. There's the Blink forward. There's 1 Stalk going down. That'll be all it takes, but still a little bit of a nuisance there. Just being annoying, distracting that Pro player away from his main goal right now. As we're going to be seeing a few extra racks building up here. CC as well. There's actually no sign of a stim pack just yet, so that's something which XY needs to get on top of very shortly. Very, very late stim pack. He's actually only going up to 4 racks in total as well, so probably needs a 5th racks too at some point. That's one thing he's sort of missing out on still, as we're going to see this next Liberator also going to come over to the right-hand side. We'll be trying to set up in towards the natural expansion of his opponent. So Liberator down the right-hand side. Just going to be seeing jump, and a couple of probes going to go down here. So a couple of probes getting killed off. We're going to see some Marines going to load from this medevac over here. No pylon over here either. So I mean, I know the Mothership Corps is very focused on defending the main base / natural, but still, it's a little bit annoying just in case he did need to build a Mothership Corps over here. Can't warp in anything there as well. I guess maybe the bigger deal about not having a pylon in that location is Liberator actually stays alive. Well, that's really frustrating. As we see more and more probes going down towards the third base. XY is again putting himself in a position where in the early stages of the game he's going to be in a really, really good position. You can see a few Marines just unloading and just starting to back away. 6 Wiggles killed this. Liberator goes right over a whole bunch of everything here. I don't mind the sentries going forwards because actually the sentry should kill it. Pops a Guardian Shield, doesn't really help. The Liberator still picks off one of them. But it does manage to pick that off as we see this Warp Prism going in towards the top side of the map. The medevac and Marine here is going to be sat on the watchtower. And there's some Marine from XY just coming in over the left-hand side. Tank is going to be, or Tank or 2 going to be spreading out right now. Just a couple of tanks spreading out, going to be sieging on up. And again, XY just having a look to see what exactly is going to be going on. And this medevac still just looking around and seeing where he's going to be able to go to next. So just looking for anything, maybe trying to catch the Warp Prism, which you did see on the map of the Liberator previously. So maybe just trying to shut that down preemptively as the third base does begin to mine. Dark Shrine on the way up from Nice. Again, into that stage of the game we never got to see him in last time. So as you see the Dark Shrine sort of building on up, we'll be seeing kind of access to the Dark Templar, and he'll be able to kind of go into this as we see the Warp Prism just moving, warping in a few Adepts. And he's going to be moving in. He's actually going to talk down the Warp Prism, so Warp Prism will fall. These Adepts are stranded, and I mean, they don't trade very badly, but they don't exactly trade very well. Well, actually, they clean out more than you think. This always happens with Adepts. I'm always like, well, these Adepts aren't going to do much. Then Adepts just kind of, well, do a lot, actually, in the end. As we're going to see Stalkers blinking forwards. A whole bunch of Marines going to continue to be cleaned out here. So more and more Marines going down, and the medevac going towards the upper right-hand side, and Marauder inside of it. Just escaping there before the rest of the army comes in to clean it out. As we see these couple of tanks from XY going to be coming down to the low ground very soon, I imagine, help protect the third base. Big army pushing in from Nice right now, and a lot of Adepts, a few Stalkers, a few Sentries. And what is actually here from XY, if we really look at his kind of unit composition, well, a lot of tanks, that's going to help out a lot. The Liberators that are on the way up will help a lot as well once he gets to those there. Warp Prism will go in towards the main base at the same time, try and pull his opponent apart. little bit of multi-pronged aggression to be aggressive with. I was going to see a few more depths warping in. And everything just gathering right now as Nice gets ready to go over to this left-hand side in towards the main/natural. Turret picks off an observer or so, I think. Wouldn't mind actually going to get a little bit of damage done here initially, and here we go. I mean, this is the interesting part. The tanks will actually pull down to the low ground instead now. Adepts will not commit to their shade just yet. One DT mixed into this as we see the Marines on the high ground. Liberator will just siege up, maybe just on top of the army straight away. Tanks are still very out of position and not really doing much at all to kind of add to this. As Marauders will be enough to push this back for now. Again, the Liberator is interesting that they haven't decided to siege up yet. He scans, he picks off that Dark Templar as well. Another Widowmine about to come active over here, and I don't think he dodges this one. Widowmine shot is good to the top side of the army, and XY is just continuing to clean this out. He isn't even needing his siege tanks, which are still built over to the left side on the low ground. Another scan, he is going to try pick up the DT, but it gets lifted into the Warp Prism and protected here. The Marauders and Marines will continue to chase this away. He'll clean up just a few more units. And you see a warp in from another Warp Prism actually over to this side, so he's going to run a few depths to the left, but, well, a lot of tanks in position here, and actually those tanks should be enough to defend. The SCVs just have to pull away for a few moments, so tanks going to do some good defense initially. A lot of the adepts going down. In fact, only 2 of them going to be escaping if those 2 even manage to get away. They're going to be chased here. One more will fall. He actually shades back up in this direction, so I'm not sure where exactly he ended up. Either way, so again, XY continue to defend very, very well, so XY defends nicely right now, as we're going to be seeing this Dark Templar just moving forwards. And we're just going to be seeing some Bioforces just gathering themselves together. Just down this ramp, we're going to see a couple of Liberators are going to be still in position as well. As you see a DT coming in, where's that exactly? Just up on the high ground. Ooh, going to get scanned, and Widowmine will get the kill. So Widowmine will pick up the kill there. So we're going to be seeing the Warp Prism still just gathering together a few more adepts. The Bioforce is still from XY looking to see what's going on, so still looking to see what's happening. As we're going to be seeing a few more units just gathering up. And still Nice just getting ready to be aggressive here once again. So getting ready to be aggressive here once again. Warp Prism goes down. I'm just going to be seeing the Bioforces just continue to clean up more and more depths. So Bioforces continue to clean up depths here, as we are going to be seeing Nice still just moving around over towards the top side of the map. So having a little bit of a look to see what's going on. You can see the Bioforces again just sort of setting up and looking to see what's going on. Lots of SCVs actually going down over in the main base. So actually a lot of damage being done over here. Pulling XY's economy down a little bit. I love XY's army though still. I still think it's very strong, and I really feel as though all he really has to do is sort of find himself a moment or 2 to move across the map, and he should get himself into a very good position. So I think he should get into a very good position here, as we're going to be seeing these few adepts is going to move over towards the upper left-hand side. Some bios are getting ready to go forwards once again. I just feel he needs to attack. I feel as though XY's been way too passive multiple times in this series when he could just end the game. He just sits back and doesn't do anything. He just sits there and just waits. You see those units gathering together from Nice still, as we're going to be having adepts and stalkers moving forwards. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm just going to be seeing these bio units, just looking to see what's going to be happening next. A few adepts just going to, sorry, 3 minus is burrowing. Still is so passive, and actually down to the Storm is going to be kind of finished up for the players here. So Storm finished up for the players. We're going to be seeing the sorry, Storm finished up for the Protoss, and just going to be looking to kind of keep moving forwards. Widowmine gets hit by a Storm. Nothing too important there. Scan comes down. This Observer will get taken down. And again, just looking to see what's up. Looking to see where he can go next. And you see this Marine just going to be sat just on the Watchtower. That gets taken down. A few SCVs going in towards the top side. Actually, this Adept is going to get cleaned out very quickly because the Widowmine already took some good splash damage onto them. And XY is maxed out. I mean, he can't possibly want to wait for anything more right now. He has a +2 armor advantage as well in his army. There's just no need for him to sit back any longer. You're seeing the Storm coming down again. Another Storm and just little bits and pieces. I mean, I can understand why he's maybe playing a little bit passively, but I just don't feel there's as much of a necessity as we're seeing. Snipe gets cancelled by the Storm because Blizzard completely broke Snipe against High Templar, which is kind of done when they changed up the The way snipe works, we're going to be seeing Liberator's going to siege up here. The main army not going to commit in for a long time. Liberator's doing a lot here initially. High Templar are going to be able to move on through. 2 of them left with storms remaining, but there's just not enough. And XY, well, he's been very far ahead for a long time. He's going to clean out a lot of this army now, continue to move up. He's going to find this array of the depths. Couple of DTs, I mean, there should be a scan to clean those up as well. There's the scans already, the DTs go down. The adepts are being cleaned up, and that is going to be pretty much it. As we're going to be seeing, XY has just cleaned up the main army of Nice, and it looks as though he's going to take the 2-0 here. So it looks as though XY will take this 2-0 victory. Going to see a few more High Templar being warped in. Just going to be seeing a couple more of them just moving down through the south side. Barons gathering together on the southern watchtower. There's a couple of High Templar moving forwards from Nice, looking to see what position he can get into. Maybe he perhaps a couple of storms going down. I mean, again, the storms are nice, but realistically, XY just should sort of... I mean, he's going to lose like everything here. But, well, he actually did just lose everything. Wow. Well. I mean, from being kind of super passive and never engaging to then when he finally does engage, he doesn't bother... you know, from kind of never engaging to something when he doesn't engage, he decides to walk into like 3 storms. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't understand. XY is actually going to throw away a massive lead in this by losing those units to those couple of storms. I mean, that's ridiculous how much he just lost. Depth's going to come in the high ground over here. Wouldn't mind we'll get 1 of them, but 2 of them still alive as we see these few units getting cleaned out. But the Nexus did go down, which is something at least, as we're going to be seeing the few depots just sat over to the left-hand side. And again, more tanks just gathering together. +3 armor is about halfway done. We see the +3 attack on the way for the pros. So still an upgrade lead for the Terran player too. As this game is right in the balance once again. XY down on workers, up in army. I can't believe it. I can't believe he lost so much down to the bottom right hand side, literally to 2 High Templar. A few ghosts just kind of gathering themselves together, and I mean, they are very good against what is up here from Nice. I mean, you know, the Storms, the Archons, the Adepts, all of these very much so countered by the EMP play. As we're going to be seeing those few units just kind of backing away a little bit. War Prism to the top side with 4 Adepts inside of it. Nice is going to be looking to see what exactly he might want to do here next as he sets on up towards this angle. We're going to see a couple of Widow Mines here from XY. Just going to be gathering together and still just sat to defend if necessary. There's that War Prism in towards the main base. Should be able to unload before the turrets stop it. Still just such a large army of XY, and he's definitely recovered from sort of the last engagement fairly decently still. As we're going to be seeing a few more depths just warping in here. I'm just going to be seeing a couple of depths do shade down to the low ground already. They are going to go into this mineral line, but there's not much to kill. Nexus set up to the bottom left side. High Templar and plenty of cannons to defend down here. And there's XY. Really seems to have just an issue ending games against Protoss players. I mean, obviously you saw that engagement before, which sort of meant that he couldn't, but it's just very, very kind of slow overall, I think. I was going to see this Widow Mine is just going to go off on an Archon. Nice little connection there. I mean, just takes the shields off for a little bit. May help if he does initiate the engagement in the very near future. So, when we've seen these units continue to move down towards the bottom side, and High Templar going to be hit by an EMP, but hits the feedback beforehand anyways. And this guy's going to hit the snipe. I mean, again, snipe on a High Templar sort of seems like a waste nowadays, but I guess it sort of works. You see HT coming in towards the center. XY hits the EMP. Probably could have sniped that time around, but decided not to, as you see him with enough units here to fight. Nice EMP to start. So a lot of those Adepts getting hit, and we talked about the importance of Adepts having shields. If they don't have the shields, they're not going to have a good time. Stimmin picks off the DT harassing him. Going to move down to his bottom side as well, and Storms has to split away, does get through them. You're going to see Adepts warping in as well. A siege tank left towards the watchtower. This base down to the bottom left side is going to go down. A few snipes actually help out against the Zealots, does definitely help. And Nice is actually just going to GG out. Doesn't bother to take another fight. And that is going to be XY just taking it 2-0.